everyone. As Rosie very nicely said, I'm Kat. Now, our mentor, when we were learning about public speaking, her first request was for us to not start with a question, but I've always been a rule breaker. My request is for every single person here who has ever experienced self-esteem issues or has never really liked how they've looked all the time to raise their hand. See? Every single person in here knows what it's like to feel insecure about something in their appearance. However, when we see the media and we see fashion models and photographs, magazines, posters, we don't see ourselves in the representation. We see airbrushed models that are size 2 or 0, that are also skinny but curvy, and then you see male models that are 6'2", lean, bulky, muscle men, and that doesn't represent us. We don't seem like that. We don't see ourselves in those people. Boys and girls are pressured from a very, very young age to look a certain way. Ever since we are out of our family homes and we're seeing the world through brand new eyes, we are taught that appearance is something you care about. Our mums would dress us really well whenever we'd go out, and our dads would always tell us off for getting extra muddy when we're playing. But as we get older, and especially when we hit the age we are now, where we first start realizing what true insecurities are, our media changes. Our perception of appearance change. We start noticing that we should look a certain way. We should start noticing that when we don't look a certain way, we feel bad about ourselves. Me personally, sometimes I don't feel like I am me. I feel like I'm a work in progress. Like, oh, I can lose a bit more weight. Oh, I can put on better makeup. I can cut my hair a different way. I can always change something about how I look to feel better about who I am. Ever since I was 13 years old, I have struggled with something called BDD, body dysmorphic disorder. When I see myself in the mirror, I don't necessarily see what all of you are seeing. Because I had an eating disorder, I see myself in a completely different way. I see my stomach as chubby, I see my legs as big, I see my eyes as too small and my nose too large. And I've struggled with how I see myself for 3 years now. But I now am learning, really trying to learn, even though it hurts sometimes, that I'm not a work in progress. I am complete how I am, and even though that changes, it's only going to be an upgrade. And I can easily pick myself apart. I can go from the tips of my toes to the top of my head, and I can say something wrong with it. But I see my friends do that. I see my friends pick themselves apart like I do. To be honest, they don't do it to the same extent that I used to, but nonetheless they do it. They say that they don't like how they look in bikinis, or they say they don't like how their hair's looking today, or they complain that they could never go out without makeup on. And they don't see them how I see them. I see all of my friends as beautiful, beautiful people. And it hurts me to see them hurt themselves like that. And as I went on, and as I saw this, I realized that before I could say to my friends, don't say that to yourself, you should love yourself, I had to learn how to say it to myself. I had to learn that me not liking how I looked affected how I acted. I am not an incredibly confident person. You might not guess that from the fact that I'm doing a speech in front of a huge crowd of people, but I use confidence to mask insecurities. I'm confident in my mind and I'm confident in how I speak, but I'm not confident in my body. I'm not self-confident. And there are several people here who can vouch for it when I say I've put my foot in it too many times, because when I get nervous, I talk a lot. Funny that, doing a speech right now. So whenever I do that, I'm learning to stop myself, let myself relax, and realize that I don't have to talk so much to make people like me. I have to like me, and that will come across, and people will want to like me too. But when I am thinking about this, I realize that people can list off 1,000 things that they like, 1,000 things that they love. You love football. People can love sport. People can love food. I'm currently falling into that category. I'm actually really hungry right now. Never mind. People love art. People love music. People love doing creative things. People love singing. People love dancing. People love talking. People love their friends, their family. But how far would you have to go down that list of things that you love before you could finally say, I love myself? Thank you.